Hey, what's up, guys? Boxing with B.
Yeah, right, without the paycheck.
Yesterday's fight.
Amazing fight.
Was it what you expected?
No.
Me neither. I think that was a shock the world kind of thing. The odds were in Loma's favor all the way up until the fight. Instead of it being a huge one, though, it lessened, but it was still there. And then, you said right before the fight started, I don't know.
I got a gut feeling.
I got a bad feeling about this one.
Yeah, that Lopez was going to win.
Yeah. Because you were saying, I'm favoring Loma. That's why it was considered a bad feeling for him.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think I was at a loss for words watching because of the fact that Loma, go ahead.
Loma didn't perform like he usually does. He took too much time. He showed too much respect instead of letting his hands go like he usually does.
Yes. But at the same time, you know how he was saying that he listens to his dad in his corner. If his dad says go, then he goes. But if his dad does not say whatever, he listens to him. Bottom line, whatever he says is the game plan.
Well, the game plan sucked this time, and they took away his titles.
Yeah. And you know what? The first couple rounds, we saw a lot of defense. We saw Lomachenko just not throwing punches, really, because it wasn't like it was a huge dominant performance for Lopez, but it wasn't a huge dominant performance for Loma.
Yeah.
It was one of those where it was a chess match. We saw a chess match. We saw boxing. We didn't see a full-out brawl. We got glimpses.
Yeah.
But the first couple rounds, it was like, let's see what let's feel each other out. But more, it was Lopez doing the work, being the aggressor. And as a young talent, he did good at being the aggressor, but finding that balance of not going too hard and losing himself.
True. He did really good. He fought his fight. He fought it perfect. All the way to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I would say the first couple rounds, obviously there was no denying that Lopez would get them because he did the most work.
Yes.
The difference between a Lomachenko and a Mayweather, they both have that elusive fight styles.
But Mayweather threw punches.
Oh, exactly. Mayweather, yes, he's a defensive whiz, but he knows that's not going to win the whole fight. You also have to put numbers up.
Yep.
So that was one thing. But I could see where the Lomachenko game plan was going. It was like, let Teofimo waste his energy. We'll get him in the later rounds like we kind of get most of the guys.
How do you get a guy that's 23 years old to waste his energy? He's a young kid. There's no way in hell he's going to lose his energy.
Yeah.
He'll get a second and, like he said, a third wind.
Mm-hmm.
He's at the age that he doesn't get tired. If he trained for this fight, he's not going to get tired, period.
Yeah. Can we talk about Bradley for 1 minute? Oh my gosh, Timothy Bradley. Sometimes you get some good comments out there, but in this one, it was, man, you were like a cheerleader for Lopez. And it's like, all right, I get it if he's doing something great, but why is it that when Loma turned it up, it was silent that round?
Andre Ward
was keeping it neutral and being like, look, I get what you're saying, but look at this part. Look at this point. It was like, man, say something. And then towards the end, I think maybe, I don't know if they were telling each other something or he just caught on, but he started to be a little more neutral and give Loma the credit. You give credit where it's due. I was rooting for Lomachenko, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to go out there and say, what was this going on? I will say that about the scorecards.
Oh, the scorecard, man. You guys have to stop taking lessons from Adelaide Bird. That is so...
Yeah,
God.
And that is what takes away from the fight because Teofimo, he put on a great performance. But when you say a card of like 119 to 109, that's where people lose their credibility and they focus on that. And you're like...
Even the real boxers that are boxing still called it a draw. Called
Andre
it closer.
Ward.
Even, a lot of guys called it... Sean Porter called it closer. He was maybe a set of 114 to 116. None of this... Man, these guys have to learn how to... they have to get new judges. If judges mess up like that, suspend them.
Yeah.
Get good judges. It makes boxing look corrupt.
But you know what? That was crazy to think because I think that score was from Julie Letterman. And I haven't really seen her name pop up to have like a really bad
She needs
card.
to go talk to her father so her father could teach her a little bit of lessons.
Man.
Well, because
her
come
dad
on.
Passed.
Oh, that's true. I forgot.
I
forgot.
The late Harold Letterman.
Go on his videos. He was great in all the videos. Go learn from him.
Love listening to that guy. Credible guy. He would call it straight up just how he saw it. He'd be like, man, they would say something on the commentary. He'd come in and I don't care what you guys say. I'm saying what I think. And usually, however Harold saw it is how real boxing fans saw the fights.
Yeah, I was just mad at that scoring. Maybe sorry about that. I forgot all about
Rest
that.
in peace.
Rest in peace, Harold
Letterman. But okay, so another thing is, like we're talking about the judges, it's a free fight, right? Free fight.
A lot of people were watching it.
Teofimo caught the attention of many people that don't watch boxing typically. If it wasn't a pay-per-view, like a Mayweather, a Pacquiao, Teofimo, if Loma didn't get you, Teofimo did. He put on that performance that people want to see. Kids, younger kids want to see this kid knocking people out, doing flips in the ring, doing his little whatever dances they're called. I forgot what they're called, the trending ones. But it's one of those things where he got the attention of NBA players, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, they're all talking about him. So if you're a basketball fan and you see that LeBron and Damian Lillard are talking about someone in boxing, you're going to tune in. Oh, it's free? Oh, it's ESPN? Oh, I'm going to tune in. So they had a huge crowd. I would assume, I didn't check the numbers, but I'm going to assume that it's ESPN. A whole bunch of people tuned in. And
the whole world watched.
And then we see the judges' scorecards come out like that. Then that's where all the comments come out of like, that's why I don't watch boxing.
That's why I watch. I go watch the UFC because it's not rigged. They get the fighters and everything.
My gosh. But it's just one of those things where you get caught up in the judges' scorecards over that, and that was frustrating because it was a great night of boxing.
Yes, it was.
Let's say that it was it was considered an upset.
No,
but it was a great performance. It wasn't one of those where you'd be very upset if the scores were right. If the scores were way closer, then it would be more willing, people would accept it more. But the fact that those were like that, it was like, did you guys even watch the fight? Because you have to give credit where it's due. Like I said, if Loma turned it up in a few rounds, he was maybe asleep the first couple rounds because whatever the game plan was. But then later on, he turns it up, he wins some rounds, you give him those. You give whatever fighter is putting on that performance and getting that edge, you give it to them. You don't take it away from them. You're not in that ring taking those shots, taking that, building, dedicating your life to this. And then you hear someone that doesn't do that, maybe just writes a number on a paper and then takes that from you. That is harsh.
Yeah, it is. It's bad.
And that's in so many fights. But that's one thing that was so upsetting because I think I'm not taking nothing away from Teofimo. He put on a performance.
He put on a good show.
He was smart in the ring. Like he said, you'll see my boxing IQ.
You'll see my power. At the end, he didn't listen to his dad. He knew it was still a fight, and he went in there and fought.
Yeah, and that 12th round was crazy. But what I will say is, with Lomachenko, everybody's like, he should have turned it up early. He should have gone toe-to-toe. Andre Ward gave a really good point, and he said, look, Lomachenko is not really seen to go toe-to-toe all the time. We know him for his elusive footwork and things like that. But at the end, he did turn it up, and he did go out there and go toe-to-toe when he had to. He said, that's old school champion boxing. When someone challenges you to go out of your fight style and you do it, credit, He didn't run. He didn't do that. And you could see that Teofimo's punches were, power.
Yep.
Sending Loma back. Even when he wasn't jumping back with the punches, he was getting sent back, right? When he was coming in. But he still did it. He still kept going in because he knew he had to go and get those points in.
Yeah, so it's, he's trying to go up in weight. There's other fighters there to meet him, but say what they say. This kid's the new undefeated.
Yeah, I will say,
undisputed champion.
If the scores were closer, let's say they gave it 1 point ahead for Teofimo, it would have, I don't think that he did. I had it, let's say, I was going to say it was going to be a draw or it was going to be super close and give it to Teofimo.
I thought it was a draw, but it doesn't matter. Teofimo did do his job. They gave it like he didn't, like the other guys don't cry. Loma didn't cry about the judges. He won this night and he won it. He took it.
Yeah.
He made history.
I liked at the end too, there was respect from both fighters. Teofimo, I think I even saw him say, I'm sorry.
I'm not sure what he said.
I feel like I did. But either way, I like the respect that he showed at the end of that fight. And even when he did his backflip, I mean, it wasn't like he usually
hopefully
does.
Now that he has a belt and everything, everybody will give him his respect, recognition of what he does because, he never got a lot of that.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's due to his father, his comments and everything. But hopefully his father will change. Like when Mayweather told his father not to say stuff during the fight, to respect the other fighter. That's what he should have done. But he trained his son to be a champion and bam, he's there. He was a champion before. And now he's undisputed champion.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
Shocked the world, really.
Yeah, he's
shocked
the best
the boxing world.
He's the best of the best right now.
Because you had this is a thing that's good and it's bad. When you have fights like this, you get people that are all of a sudden boxing like experts that come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just like the Mayweather times. You got those that came out. They're like, my guy, Teofimo, Stephen A. Smith. You got all these people. And then, I don't know. That just, it bothers me so much. But at the end of the day, we also got to accept it because people are tuning into our sport.
Yeah.
They're tuning in. They think they're experts. All right, whatever. You think you're an expert. Yeah, whatever. You got lucky this time because you guessed right. They were really only going for him because of the flashiness. Whatever it is. Teofimo went in there and showed boxing IQ. For those that know boxing, he deserved it. And for those that don't know boxing, they see a good
Loma
fight.
might have had the effects of not fighting for a year now, almost a year and a half. It could have.
Whatever it was.
I can't make an excuse for him. Loma lost. He lost fair and square.
Yes. And I mean, I've seen all the comments. People are very optimistic too. Hopefully, Lomachenko is still optimistic. One loss. I mean, it's 2 losses now on his record. But that's another thing. All these different ideas are coming up.
Well, two things.
Could they have given...
Good things could happen too. What? He might go back down to his ideal weight.
Yeah.
And take all the belts there.
Which is what typically they should do. But hey, another thing is you got to see it like this. Lomachenko knew he was going into the fight with a bigger fighter. Yeah, he's younger, but that doesn't mean a lot. He's heavier fighter. He knows. Even Teofimo has said, you know, I'm like a 140 pounder fighting at 135.
Yeah.
And Loma is a smaller fighter knowing this, and he still went into this fight. That's props. Even Amir Khan, you know, he has not the strongest chin, but he accepted that fight versus Canelo, and that's respect. Mikey Garcia takes a fight against Errol Spence knowing Errol Spence is bigger and knowing what could potentially happen. Respect. That's fighters. They know what they're doing, and they still give the fight fans what they want. And not only that, but they test their limits. They test themselves because they're boxers, legit fighters in it for the fight game.
Yeah. Loma says he goes to 140. There's big opponents there that maybe he could clear them up too. Davis, Crawford, you know, Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
those
you're
guys.
saying Loma?
Huh?
You said Loma will do this?
No. Team Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
Lopez could go up, but he could clean that division too.
I think so,
you
too.
Know, he could clean up a lot. That'd be a great fight, him and Crawford.
Crawford saw this as a draw, too.
Yeah, but him and Crawford would look good, too. That'd be a great fight. So would Tank Davis with him. 2 power hitters right there. But we'll see. It doesn't matter. If he stays at 135, he's the true king at 135.
I mean, is there a rematch?
I think there is a rematch. I believe
feel like there has to be.
Yeah.
But let's not talk about the rematch right now. Give credit where it's due. Teofimo took this fight. Congrats to Teofimo.
Got a cut. Take some time off. Relax fast. Celebrate.
Some funny stuff, though. Funny comment. Ryan Garcia, of course, he always has to come into the mix on Twitter, tweets. He would love a fight with Teofimo. All I did was comment with a laughing face because that's all I got to say.
Ryan's just an Instagram star. That is it. He is an Instagram champion.
Imagine him in the ring with the performance we saw from Teofimo.
Lopez, if this guy is calling you out, take it. Take it and do what you did against Loma.
I'm sure
take
Lopez
it, but
would
I
just
think
be like...
you will knock him out.
Lopez, you know how he had said before?
I like the only thing I like about Ryan is he's never been hurt or anything. So Ryan, what happens
I haven't seen no test. I'm not going to go into that.
Speed.
Nope, not going into that. Congrats to Teofimo.
Yes, congrats,
Great performance. We were shocked. I think everybody was shocked, but we were shocked knowing it can happen, though.
It was shocked, but you made a lot of money for people in Vegas. All right?
For sure.
Good job, brother. Good job. Bravo. Undisputed champion. Lights out.